Alright, Diablo 4 players, let's talk about the massive game-breaking bugs, exploits, and what's going on with Season 5 in the current state. So, first off, this is just fresh here. Trading has actually been disabled from the game, which is unfortunate, and it is caused by some sort of massive duping exploit. And this actually has implications on the Stygian stone price because people have duped thousands and thousands of these, and then obviously people are selling and buying them online. But that kind of inflates the market with these, kind of making the value of these go lower. Even if maybe you didn't dupe, well, you are still kind of affected by it, and it is good that Blizzard is able to take action immediately. However, it still has all of those on the market, and once they fix the bug, well, the people that just have the duped ones, what's going to happen? Are there, stones going to disappear? Are the materials going to disappear? Or are the people that traded going to get banned? I don't know. As far as I'm aware of, though, there hasn't been any bans from people getting or receiving duped items in the past because, people trade online. How are they supposed to know if they bought a duped item or not? That is really unfortunate, but that is something that hopefully, will be addressed in the future. We're getting constant things that are getting bug fixes. Just yesterday, though, there is some good news. Some of these things are being fixed, but I want to go over kind of all of the things just so you guys can kind of see what's here that is still bugged. So these chests that were supposed to get a greater affix weren't actually working. And then they also fixed an issue where one-handed maces acquired were always legendary. So this was actually kind of an exploit slash bug where players were also using their obols, and what you could do with your obols is you could go for an item that your character normally could not equip. So for certain classes, they had changed some of the things, and you would get guaranteed legendaries, which was pretty busted on obols. That has actually gotten fixed over here, and they fixed an issue where Tier 4 Infernal Compasses dropped outside, didn't have appropriate affixes, and they also fixed an issue where rune shards were not dropping in Nightmare Dungeons, so that is a really good fix. There's another fix over here where jewelry is actually getting dropped way too often. They have actually fixed that issue. And then one of the most important issues that did get a fix over here is that the abyssal scrolls that would just disappear out of your inventory. I talked about this in a separate video, but basically I would tell you guys to either stash it or go ahead and just use all of them, because if you would leave the Infernal Hordes after you spent all of your Aether, your items would then disappear, the scrolls specifically. But yeah, trading is now gone. But there is so many other bugs that this person kind of went over here. And I think that is kind of important to go over all of them. Some of these, I have some videos to go ahead and showcase to go over an example here. But obviously, yes, there was dupe exploits. We just talked about that, but they kind of fixed it. They fixed being able to trade, and it kind of hurts everyone that was trading. But again, the people that already duped, well, then now they're just going to be sitting on the materials waiting for the thing to finish. But at least they're not going to be able to dupe more. There was like the exploit with the Umbra-Crux. That was a bug that I think is fixed as far as I'm aware of. The Infinite Temper and Reroll actually got fixed. And then the boss eating materials, I can actually confirm this one. So here's just a quick little vid. It was by Woodija over here. It's where they're putting in the boss materials and then nothing happens. So you just have to exit the area because the area is bugged. Now, I also want to mention that there is another bug with specifically the items. So apparently some items will not drop on the ground. So if you're going to these bosses and then fighting the boss and then all the items drop and then like you go throw all the ones you don't want in the corner, right? You throw all your trash so you don't have to go back to town. Unfortunately, you don't want to do that. And the reason why some people have been reporting that new items won't be able to actually drop because there's too many items on the ground. So my suggestion would be pick up everything, go salvage, and then come back. It sucks because, the whole idea of making it so you don't have to reset the dungeon, well, now you still have to basically go outside, salvage. So what they should do is add like a blacksmith right outside of like the boss area. That would be kind of a cool temporary fix for it, but honestly a loot filter would be quite nice. Then also the Beast and Bug is supposed to be dropping the rewards, and it says that they're going to be dropping 5 times as many boss materials. That does not work apparently, so that's obviously pretty bad. There's also a bug with like the Beast and Ice that does crazy amounts of damage. I noticed when you would do one of the phases and he would go away, sometimes there would be these 2 bosses and he will bonk you for just like infinite amount of damage. You're basically dead almost no matter what. I had a Harlequin, like I'm talking pretty min-max gear. I had Harlequin, had Tyraels, and it just simply, he'll just hit you and he'll one-shot you. And then the pit bosses are still pretty buffed. Like, it doesn't seem like they fixed the pit bosses, because we're supposed to get all the bosses' HP going from 30,000 to 6,000 in terms of the scaling, but it still seems like the pit is really bad. Like, there's no reason to do the pit, really. Right now in the game, it's better just to do the Infernal Hordes. And then Nightmare Dungeons weren't dropping the Rune Shards. Apparently, this has been fixed, though, so that is good. The chest, it's supposed to drop the Greater Affix item. I just went over that. And then the worst one over here, and some players are saying they're getting suspended from the game from this one in particular. It says, Gauntlet bugged, season questline results in massive point multiplication, and players are getting banned who didn't know. This person over here said that now they are suspended from playing because what they did is they played in a group. So just so you guys don't happen to get banned or suspended from the game, this is essentially what's causing it. So you don't want to play Gauntlet in a group, because if someone doesn't have the quest line, what happens is like there are these mother blessings that appear on the ground. Maybe these points are being duplicated some sort of way, but there's no way that you could know if the person didn't have the quest line started. So what happens is, I guess players are getting suspended because they think that they're cheating because of some sort of bug that's giving them like infinite points on the Gauntlet. It's not really a good thing to do anyways, I'll be honest. Like, the Gauntlet doesn't give you some crazy good reward. Plus, you have to wait till the end of the week anyways to even get the mediocre reward. But nonetheless, don't do it right now. You could get banned, and it really sucks because, like, it's not like the player's trying to do it. I mean, he just didn't know that someone didn't accept the quest. That's, like, on their end, right? And then, so there's apparently some questline bugs, whatever. And I've seen this happen where apparently, like, the monster can spawn outside. This is something that I actually experienced, and then the monster actually teleported. So sometimes the monsters can spawn outside of the room that you're supposed to go in, and it spawns on the opposite end where like the boss normally would be, and you can't go through. So then you cannot finish the Infernal Hordes because you have to kill all enemies to progress to the next level of it, right? But yeah, I already mentioned the Druid runs being fixed, the Abyssal Scrolls, we already mentioned that. And then the final cache wasn't giving Greater Affix items, which is really, really bad, obviously. So, yeah, Sorc caches containing road items. This is pretty bad, but a lot of these things are actually getting fixed, and I kind of like mentioned over those over there. But on top of that, hopefully we'll get some more addresses on fixes. And another thing that I've noticed, it is a specific item called the Scoundrel's Leathers. I've actually directly, as a Diablo partner, mentioned this item not working properly. So there's probably a couple other items that still don't function properly. They are bugged. It's honestly kind of disappointing because they added all this like cool ultimate damage and stuff, and I was really excited to try out this build, invested my time into it, and this thing still doesn't really work properly. It's not based off of a lucky hit, and I just literally tested it last night, and it does not work. This whole casting a core skill giving you 80%, no, it's like a very, very low chance, because it only seems to activate it once, and then I don't know what's causing it to break, but this thing has been bugged in the past as well, and it still just simply doesn't work. So hopefully we can get a fix for some of these other things. But I'm curious to know, what other things have you guys seen that's still broken in the game that needs to be addressed? As a Diablo partner, my goal is to try to fix the game as much as possible. But like, I kind of agree with these players. Like, there's just so many bugs with this game. It's just unfortunate. At least they are trying to fix it. But are there any more? Let me know down below in the comment section below. What other bugs, what other items specifically, so I can directly relay that info. But yeah, Scoundrel's Leather, I'm hoping that gets fixed. And there is also another bug that wasn't mentioned. The Umber Crux can actually like one-shot anything with, I think, Pain Gorger. There's like some bugged interaction where if someone else applies like the bonus on it, it one-shots it for some reason. My guess is the Umber Crux totem is set to a level of like 99999, so the health on that thing can never actually die, and that's what's causing the crazy XP and also damage exploit, because it's some sort of like damage based on the level, because there are certain skills in the game that do damage based on the level, like Hydra was back in the day, which got fixed. But anyways, that's the crazy amount of bugs. That's kind of like some updates, but there are some good news. Like I said, they did fix, so the thing will always drop the Greater Affix item. So the 60 chest is actually worth getting, because I talked about it before, and I was like, guys, do not get this. It's bugged. Just go ahead and get the pit materials, or if you need any uniques, go on the 20 material one. But this one is worth getting, so at least that's good. Anyways, that's gonna wrap things up. If you guys want to be up to date and know what to do in the game, because yeah, you don't want to get banned in the game like this player did unknowingly. They got suspended. Anyways, take care, guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.